You're watching TelecomTV from HPE Discover 2016 in London. And I'm joined now by Petar Torre, who is Lead Architect Telco at Intel. Petar, thanks for joining us on TelecomTV.
Thank you.
We hear a lot about cloud, and specifically now Telco Cloud. But what exactly is Telco Cloud, and how does that differ from other cloud architectures we may know?
Yeah, so Telco Cloud is concept of making cloud environment out of all telco assets in different locations. So not just running cloud environment and cloud services out of centralized locations, but also distributed all over the country. This is very useful for comms services that are heavy on data plan because of bandwidth and latency. Also making seamless environment over other locations. And here we are looking at mobile edge computing, on-premise equipment and enterprises. And the idea is to have similar environment towards software and clear seamless orchestration of workloads across all those. And when this is achieved, then telcos have very differentiated cloud offering compared to somebody running it from central locations only.
And how does this fit in with NFV?
So NFV is enabler for that because we can virtualize servers or smaller pieces of equipment on premise or mobile edge computing and so on. But this must be then running virtualized network functions, and so those two go together. Actually, if you look at the other way around, NFV without running Telco Cloud, simply we cannot virtualize in centralized data centers. I mean, we have some huge countries that are spanning like third of the planet and half of the planet. I mean, they cannot virtualize things centrally and then serve customers that are so far away. It's just like what would be the transport network required for that? So all these things, this was very clear that it will be all distributed. And well, then in those distributed locations, telcos can put other functions, not just the comms ones.
And how is the adoption of NFV by telcos progressing?
So there was huge progress over this year with telcos that were already in production, putting more use cases into production, and some that were not, getting with early ones. And then there is huge interest from pretty much all telcos everywhere to go towards that. Very popular use cases is virtualized enterprise CPE. There is quite a lot of IMS being virtualized, EPC. We see CDN being also popular, so quite a lot of some of the usual use cases, and then some telcos, depending on the region and the interest and the business needs, they virtualize other things.
And of course, there's a lot of talk at the moment about the evolution of mobile networks towards 5G architectures. Why is being cloud ready a good first step for telcos on the path towards 5G?
There is one that in the meantime is very obvious reason, which is technically being ready with more agile environment. It's obviously going to help do anything on top of it. That one is rather easy. The one that is less understood is non-technical, and this is when those telcos that are in production now, it's not like just they master the environment, disaggregated, had it from software, sorted the automation of everything and so on. They also changed their processes, and those are operational and business processes. So they know in sales how to sell different services, operationally how to run environment that does not look like previous appliances. This is huge undertaking on their side, and also what happened in a number of cases is as they progress towards this path, this virtualization impacts also how the organizational structure looks like. And these things are non-technical and very hard to sort out. So doing this now, definitely both from technology perspective, but also processes organization is going to be huge benefit for anything to come. And 5G is one of those things that is on the horizon over there.
So what is Intel doing specifically to further the evolution of cloud and the move towards 5G?
So we are of course doing our ingredients as always, so that's the easy part. Next CPUs and newer technology for building SSDs, for example, helps a lot because latency gets extremely reduced. New other components like network cards, so all these things will fit. That's like rather what would you usually expect from us. We also have programs for adoption of all that in the ecosystem up to the end users. So to help them, how are they going to consume these things technically, commercially? All of these things are somehow planned out because simply both are needed, I mean, from our side. And this is not the first time we do it, especially for NFV or now looking for 5G. This is pretty much normal technology adoption cycles.
But does hardware actually matter in a virtualized or cloud world?
So, yes, it does, and there is a small but. For the software vendors that we want to attract to write software for this type of environments and onboard them easily, it does not matter, and it should not, because we need to abstract it, make everything virtualized and easy to get them on. But it does matter for people that are operating those environments, because depending on what type of characteristics different location has between on-premise, mobile edge computing, distributed data center, and so on, we do have different platforms in offering, and they do have different characteristics to take care of. So it does a lot.
And what about the Intel Builders program? How does that help telcos take advantage of these new architectures?
So, Intel Builders program now combines cloud, storage, and network builders. Network builders is about 200 companies in there. It's mostly the ecosystem partners that this way get enablement from our side. And then we also have for end user members, and it's actually offered for others. We have a lot of useful training videos that are there for upskilling current network operations, network planning, and IT people that know how to virtualize servers but are not experienced with NFV.
Great. Petar, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.